Welcome to Movie Explainer, the nun where we break down the most chilling entries in the horror genre. Today we're diving into The Nun, the fifth installment in the Conjuring universe, released in 2018 and directed by Corin Hardy. This gothic horror serves as a prequel to The Conjuring 2, exploring the origins of the demonic entity Valak, who appears in the form of a terrifying nun. Setting the stage, Romania, 1952. Our story begins in the remote Carta monastery in Romania. After a young nun takes her own life by hanging herself from the window of the abbey, the Vatican sends Father Burke, Damien Beecher, a priest with experience in investigating miraculous events, and Sister Irene, Thaisa Farmiga, a novitiate yet to take her final vows, to investigate the situation. They're guided by Frenchy, Jonas Bloquet, a local villager who discovered the nun's body. The abbey's dark history. Upon arrival, our protagonists discover that the abbey harbors a sinister history. Originally built by a duke obsessed with the occult during the Middle Ages, the structure was designed to contain an ancient evil. The duke had opened a rift to hell through ritualistic practices, summoning a powerful demon named Valak. The Catholic Church later seized the castle, converting it into an abbey where nuns maintained perpetual prayer to keep the evil at bay. The broken sealets revealed that during World War II, the abbey was bombed, inadvertently breaking the seal that contained Valak. Since then, the nuns of the abbey had been fighting a spiritual battle, praying in shifts around the clock to prevent Valak from fully manifesting and escaping into the world. The suicide that brought our investigators to the scene was actually the last nun's desperate attempt to prevent Valak from possessing her body. Supernatural encounters. Father Burke and Sister Irene experience increasingly disturbing supernatural phenomena as they investigate. Father Burke is haunted by his past failure to save a young boy named Daniel during an exorcism. Valak uses this guilt against him, luring him into the cemetery where he is buried alive in a coffin, though he is eventually rescued by Frenchy, Sister Irene, who has experienced visions throughout her life, hinting at her special spiritual sensitivity, begins to see apparitions of nuns and is attacked by Valak in various forms. The few remaining nuns at the abbey appear only during prayer hours and vanish afterward, raising suspicions. The horrifying truth. In a shocking revelation, Sister Irene discovers that all the nuns are already dead. They committed mass suicide to prevent Valak from possessing their bodies. The nuns she's been seeing are merely spirits continuing their prayers to contain the evil. This explains why the abbey appears abandoned during the day, with the ghostly nuns only materializing to maintain their prayer vigil. The Holy Relic. Learning that they face a powerful demon, our trio discovers that the Vatican had sent a relic containing the blood of Jesus Christ to the abbey. This holy artifact is the only weapon powerful enough to defeat Valak. After an intense search, they locate the relic hidden within the catacombs beneath the abbey. The final confrontation as Valak grows stronger, manifesting fully as the terrifying nun figure. Sister Irene, Father Burke, and Frenchy make their last stand. Father Burke is attacked and severely injured, leaving Sister Irene to face the demon alone. Using her faith and the power of the relic, Sister Irene confronts Valak in a climactic battle of good versus evil. In the final showdown, Sister Irene is able to spit the blood of Christ from the relic into Valak's face, temporarily weakening the demon. She recites the Latin prayer, the rite of exorcism, completing the ritual that seals Valak back into the gateway to hell, closing the rift with a triumphant Te rogamus, audi nos, we beseech you, hear us. The deceptive ending as our protagonists leave the abbey believing they've vanquished the evil, a twist reveals that their victory is incomplete. When Frenchy, whose real name is Maurice, was rescuing the holy relic earlier, Valak had infected him with a demonic presence. The film ends with a flash forward to the lecture from the original Conjuring film, revealing that Maurice/Frenchy later became possessed and was the subject of an exorcism performed by Ed and Lorraine Warren. Directly connecting the events of The Nun to the broader Conjuring universe, visual storytelling and atmosphere. What makes The Nun stand out in the horror genre is its masterful use of Gothic imagery and religious symbolism. The dark, candlelit corridors of the abbey, the fog-shrouded cemetery, and the ominous Romanian forest create a persistently oppressive atmosphere. Director Corin Hardy effectively uses shadow and light to build tension, with Valak often lurking just at the edge of visibility before striking. The film's Romanian setting provides a backdrop rich with superstition and isolation, enhancing the sense that our protagonists are far from help and surrounded by an ancient evil that predates modern understanding. The production design of the crumbling abbey, with its maze-like passages and decaying religious artifacts, becomes a character in itself, a physical manifestation of corrupted faith. Thematic exploration at its core, The Nun explores themes of faith tested by extreme evil. Sister Irene, not yet fully committed to her vows, must find the strength in her wavering faith to confront a primordial demon. Father Burke struggles with his past failures and guilt, seeking redemption through his current mission. The film also examines the corruption of sacred symbols, with Valak perverting the holy image of a nun for its manifestation. This subversion of religious iconography creates a disturbing dissonance for viewers, as something meant to represent piety and goodness becomes the embodiment of evil. Connection to the larger universe. The Nun enriches the Conjuring universe by providing the origin story for the demon that would later torment Lorraine Warren. The film reveals that Valak specifically targets individuals with spiritual gifts, explaining its later fixation on Lorraine in The Conjuring 2. The final scenes connecting Maurice/Frenchie to the Warrens' lecture cleverly ties the prequel to the original film, creating a circular narrative within the franchise. Critical reception and impact. Upon its release, The Nun received mixed reviews from critics who praised its atmosphere and visual style but criticized its reliance on jump scares over sustained psychological horror. Despite this, the film was a commercial success, grossing over $365 million worldwide against a budget of only $22 million, making it one of the most profitable entries in the Conjuring universe. The film's success led to a sequel, The Nun 2, released in 2023, which continues the story of Sister Irene as she once again confronts Valak. The character of the demonic nun has become one of the most recognizable horror icons of recent years, joining the ranks of memorable supernatural antagonists that define modern horror cinema. Conclusion. The Nun effectively combines religious horror with gothic aesthetics to deliver a chilling origin story within the Conjuring universe. While it may not reach the heights of narrative sophistication found in the main Conjuring films, it succeeds in crafting memorable scares and expanding the mythology of the franchise. Its exploration of faith confronting ancient evil, set against the backdrop of post-war Romania, creates a unique entry in the supernatural horror genre that continues to terrify audiences and enrich the larger story of the Warren Files. For fans of the Conjuring universe, The Nun provides essential context for understanding the demonic presence that would continue to haunt the series, while standing as a testament to how effectively religious imagery can be inverted to create profound horror.